And we're back.
High five.
Congratulations, everybody, to make it to the end of May. You did it.
Every single day, we should be high-fiving each other like we made it through another day.
Seriously.
No, but wait, we can't do that because then it sounds like it was so hard to survive when there's so many amazing things happening all the time. We have amazing things happening in the cosmos. We have amazing things happening on Earth. You go on social media, you scroll, you'll see people doing art with their feet, blind people doing art, deaf people making music, people with no hands sculpting with their feet. You see little kids who are in hospitals with their heads from chemotherapy who are telling you live life, have an amazing time, enjoy every second. Why are we complaining? It's not hard to get through the day.
Right. But you could also look at it like people are having breakthroughs and they're going through their spiritual deaths and they're having awakenings. So that's where I was coming from when I said that. And by the way, I'd like to let you guys all know who we are. I'm Oriah and I am an intuitive empath.
And I'm Jeff Goldblum from The Fly.
And by the way, I'm also DJ Lady O.
First of all, another high five. Because, honey, that was amazing. Did you guys hear her music? I didn't know that there was a DJ inside of you, but you put all these amazing beats, tracks, sounds, vibes. My channeling, Red Eagle's in that track.
Yes.
Me giving the talk down meditation.
Yep.
Totally surprised me. She worked on it. Guys, check it out. It's in.
I dropped it in the comment box up.
Okay.
Not the comment box, the live feed. You guys can click on it. Not now, obviously. And then because of this Jupiter, is it an ascendant or square? It's going into Gemini.
It's going into Gemini. It's in Gemini.
It's in Gemini right now. And okay, so Jupiter
that's
and Venus.
Double the creativity.
With love.
Double the flavor.
With energy.
Double the fun.
Gemini twin power.
Gemini
Cricket.
That's my relatives in India say. You're a Gemini?
Well, by the way, can we just have a moment and talk about that we finally captured you doing your shamanic chant.
Right.
That you do for in your journeys.
We dropped that yesterday.
And a lot of people who have journeyed with Riz knows exactly what he's doing because that's what he does when he's leading a group or leading an individual in a journey. He leans over you while he's like saging and with toning bowls. And this is the chants that he does. And if you guys haven't had a chance to listen to it, you have to.
So that during my shamanic sacred medicine ceremonies, going back from now, my goodness, 15 to 18 years of this, over 2,000 of these ceremonies that I've led, guys. And now sacred medicine ceremonies are finally reaching the masses. Finally, people are doing it who we would never think are doing it because it is part of an ancient shamanic practice. Amongst all, actually, you can find this practice not just in Native American tradition, but in East Indian tradition, in African tradition, in South American, in Germanic, in Celtic, and all of these indigenous, right? Indigenous doesn't mean one particular color. Indigenous means all the original kind of philosophies and people of the tribes of all different parts of the world who were more in tune with the earth, the wind, the fire, and the cosmos, right?
Right.
So this is what I do during many of those journeys is I am going into trance and I feel that I have not only ancestors from this lifetime who are Indian, Mongolian, Persian, African, but I have other lifetimes coming through when I was Native American in a past life, when I was Celtic in a past life. And so when I start going into that in the channeling, all these voices are becoming one. So guys, check it out. It heals, clears all negative energy off of your aura. It's in 432 hertz, which is an incredible frequency for you to research and find out why 432. By the way, 432, interestingly enough, if you add it numerologically, it's a number 9.
Oh.
4, 3, and 2 is 7.
Okay.
4 and 3 is 7, 7 and 2 is 9. So you have the symbol of completion, guys.
Well, what I notice is when I'm listening to, like, especially this track, what I did was in the beginning, I'm like so blown away and enamored, like, wow, this is amazing. And I'm really, really feeling it. But then like midway through the track, something happens where all of a sudden I'm like, wait.
No, something starts to happen to
I
you.
start to like go into like, wait, do I need to lay down?
Because this is where you understand that this is not a song.
Yeah.
This is not meant to entertain. This is an actual healing.
That's right.
This is a medicine, sonic medicine going into you vibrationally, as is all music, but it's not. Some music is meant, to have a certain effect. This music's effect is to have you go deep into your own healing, getting rid of anything that's sticking to your aura. So guys, the way I'd recommend listening to this music that I made, and Oriah also has some of the stuff that she's put on there for you guys to help you on your spiritual journey, is to put the headphones on, lay
Need a
down,
good sound system.
maybe do a little microdosing,
Yeah,
and
can you
bring
imagine?
yourself into that state. Yeah.
Microdosing. Erica did a test run on my ecstatic shamanic dance, and she danced and danced and danced. And then at some point towards like the 35-minute mark, going into 45 minutes, because I consciously produced it in such a way, just like how I lead our shamanic journeys, that I take you into all these realms.
And your voice is in it. I heard
My
it.
voice
You
is
said,
in it
let
throughout.
go. You got to hear her voice was awesome. I was like, oh, there's my cutie's voice in there.
So 35 to 40 minutes in, Erica started getting kind of woozy and she stopped dancing. And she wasn't taking anything. She's just, being herself. And she's like, whoa, I got to lay down. It started working on her. And that's because I'm a real shaman. And I understand. I've done so many journeys that I understand the worlds that you go into, from the highest highs to the lowest lows, and the expansiveness that you feel when you're in these journeys. And if you've never done a shamanic journey before, you guys, listen, you're talking to veteran shamans here that we've been doing this for over a decade for thousands of people.
Well, you know what's really funny is that someone was saying, one of my friends was saying, well, you should dress more shamanic on your show. And I said, I don't need to dress shamanic.
Right.
I've been a shaman for 20 years.
Right.
I don't need to wear my feathers and my fur to show everyone, hey, I'm a shaman, and don't you see, because now I'm wearing these clothes. Your clothes do not make you a shaman. Changing your name to Amethyst does not make you a healer. It is where you are coming from. It is if you can lead a person through their, let me take the glasses off for this one. Now you can see the shaman
and by the way,
war
everybody's
paint in my
telling
eyes.
us where they're coming from. I want to give everybody a shout out.
Shout out for where you're coming from.
Finish what you're saying.
I just wanted to say that, guys, it is not, like my father used to say, the most important thing you will ever wear is your expression. So, yeah. That's what's on your face. And we see so much out there, people judging each other. What's your hairstyle? Whether you're wearing makeup, they judge you. You're not wearing makeup, they judge you. Whether you're a man or a woman. Whether you are dressed in a particular style that's from a different era. We
if
see
your
so much of
clothes are
this.
too tight or your clothes are too loose.
It doesn't matter what it is.
It doesn't matter what you do, y'all. Have you figured that out
So
yet?
let it go. Be yourself and enjoy.
There was something that just recently happened that I actually was a little impressed, I must say.
What?
I don't know that much about Lizzo. I do know that she's about body positivity. And she just doesn't care, and she just does whatever she wants, which is
Right.
great. So we love South Park. So South Park just did an episode on her, and
They tore her up.
on Instagram. She did a reaction to watching it from the beginning, and you get to see her.
And it was a
to the
blind
very
reaction.
end.
She didn't know what they were going to say.
And then at the end, she actually started laughing, and she was like, "They're right. I don't actually give a shit. This is great."
Yeah.
So yeah, do what you will. And I thought to myself, in a way, that's great that we're breaking the ceiling, because at the end of the day, everyone's going to have an opinion about everybody else,
Yeah.
as we've talked about many times.
It's
And a
your
lot of you are scared to come out, or scared to talk, or scared to become a healer, scared to be your true self in your family, scared. And we get it. That's why we're here. We're helping you bridge that gap so that you can eventually start to be yourself more.
You know what's interesting? It actually takes guts to be yourself. But when you're born, you're completely yourself. You're in the crib. Have no inhibitions. When you're a little kid, you start to express yourself, the things you like, the things you don't like, what you want to wear, what you don't want to wear. And eventually you start conforming to what it should supposed to be. And then this keeps going on.
Yeah.
And then you have this ridiculous group mentality out there that stops you from being really in your full expression. So, guys, if you're just joining us, this is Psychic Sundays. I'm Riz MIRZA, known to my friends
Welcome.
as Riz the Wiz, Lady O, Intuitive Empath.
There's a couple more things I'd like to talk about. Two things.
But
One.
let me just finish what I was going to say.
Oh, sorry.
right? So,
I didn't realize.
so I was going to say that if you're joining us, all the messages that we give, whether it's as a psychic medium or an empath or a shaman's, has always been about helping you to unlock wherever it is that you are locked up. It is not about following a particular belief system, except for understanding the power of your beliefs.
And everyone's an individual, so we just are encouraging you to be more yourself.
Okay.
At the end of the day. So two things I want to discuss. One, I have rocket in a pocket sock.
Oh.
And two, I want to talk about Halloween. So
Show
first,
Rocket.
we have to talk about Rocket.
Okay.
He's sleeping. So when he gets nervous or excited or there's too many people running around, I have this like a knit, like a winter.
Is this one of my socks?
Yeah. It's like a knit. Well, it's the only one big enough to fit.
This is one of my winter socks.
No. Yeah, it's one of those fluffy ones. I can't remember. I think we got it in Denmark. Anyway.
Or Barnes and Noble.
Oh, is that where we got it?
I think so.
Okay. So
it was more exotic than maybe it was a Barnes and Noble in Denmark.
We were running around getting ready, and we were about to film, and he was getting really nervous. So I put him in a sock, and I gave him a little calming.
It's like lead blanket therapy.
Yeah, and he loves it.
So am I allowed to ring the bell today
wait,
or not?
I want to tell you where everybody's coming from.
Yes, let's do some shout outs of where everybody is.
Yes. Okay, so we have Massachusetts.
Yeah.
We have Mumbai.
Groovy. Mumbai.
Say it.
Kya hal hai Mumbai mein bhai? All right, next.
We have Corvallis, Oregon, Canada. We have Mumbai again. We have
India's in the house.
Yeah, Ohio, Montreal. I took 4 years of French in school.
Can I try to say something from every region?
French from Montreal, and
say
I
something
used to
in
be
French.
able to
Say something in Montreal French.
I have to practice. Bonjour.
You just be like, ça va bien.
Oh, wait. Bonjour, comment c'est quoi?
I don't know.
Something like that?
Comment c'est quoi?
Something like that?
You just said, how is the witch? Meaning not.
Comment ça va?
Comment ça va?
Comment ça va?
Ça va
C'est bien?
Ça va
Ça
bien?
bien?
Ça va, ça va.
Ça va bien.
Ça va
No,
bien.
that's their, okay, I'm
For all we
remembering
know,
now.
they say it differently in
This is from
Montreal,
my
though.
senior year in high school.
Yeah, but Montreal is totally different.
I know, but my best friend at the time was from Montreal, and so she was like helping me with my French. Okay, so we have, let's see, without my glasses. People are talking about Moomy. People are talking about Rocket. Okay, Great Falls, Montana.
Wow, I've never been. I've always wanted to go to Montana.
Connecticut. Pittsburgh, Texas, Dallas, Texas, East
Dallas, Texas. Flower Mound, outside of Dallas. I got family out there.
Originally from the Ukraine, living in Colorado.
Wow, originally from the
Pittsburgh.
Ukraine,
We have
living
Peru.
in Colorado.
We have Peru in the house. Somebody
Peru, ¿qué
is helping
tal?
me with my French. Comment ça va? Comment?
Ça va?
Comment?
No, it's comment. Say
Look.
comment, ça va.
No, it's not pronounced comment. It's
vas-tu?
comment vas-tu? Comment ça va? It's comment ça va? Okay.
I took French in 7th grade,
By the way,
and I still know that.
did you
Yeah.
guys catch our last Psychic Couple Reacts where we
I did
do the
not.
game show?
I missed it.
It was so good with Vanya, the hypnotherapist. I'm not going to tag you in on that joke because it was lame. And I will say that it was so much fun. You guys have to join us on our game show, our psychic game show. Now he's going to get me back. So he's getting me back right now. He's plotting right now to get me back. So it was really fun. Everybody played along. Kids like to play. Families like to play.
Yep.
And they get a lot right.
Yeah.
So you guys have to join us on the next one we do. Rocket is sleeping this deep because he's on my lap and because I gave him some little calming nuggets before we started so he can relax.
What is in those calming nuggets?
I think it's like
Chamomile?
yeah, it's for
Theanine?
little puppies. Yeah, something maybe valerian
Oh,
or
interesting.
some I don't know whatever is like okay for them. Elwood, Georgia.
Elwood, Georgia.
Originally from Poland, living in Germany.
Amazing. Thank you for joining us all the way from Germany.
I love because I have an opinion that Germans are very like serious and they don't like want to play with
Whatever
these
gave you that
types
idea?
of crazy shows. And when I see this, I get so excited because I'm like, let's just like party with Germans.
Let
I
me
wanna,
tell you
like,
something. I've been to
like,
Germany.
have fun.
I have family in Germany outside of Frankfurt. And
Brooklyn's here.
I've been to Germany, and it was so much fun. People were so nice. I loved it. I loved the food. I went to the Asparagus Festival. Maybe that's too much information, but anyway, when I was there, that's what I went to see. Let's talk about Psychic Sundays, guys. You're joining us. Those of you who've been with us since the beginning know that this is our invitation for you to join us here in our living room here in Southern California. We are live, of course, and this is what we've been doing for years. On Sunday nights, we would hang out, and the kids and our friends, whoever was around, would sit around, and we would just spend hours diving into all the topics of what's going on in the cosmos, in the spirit world, in our lives. And I would give messages, Oriah would give messages, and we just dive deep into the conversation. So this is really special for us because this is natural, and this is our way of just connecting with you guys. We started back in October, and we're at 9,000 subscribers, and now we're over 220,000. So thank you guys so much for that amazing jump. And we're not going to stop. So let's talk about how it goes tonight.
Yes.
Erica is manning the lines.
Yes.
We're just going to flow. We do a couple of things. Number one, here's how it goes. If it is a mediumship reading, read the house rules. Erica has posted. I just need the first name of the person, when they passed, and your first name. Also, I don't just do mediumship readings, right? It's not just about that, even though a lot of people like it. It's still about whether it's a personal issue or about career or something that you've been thinking about spiritually that you want help with. And I'm just going to flow. That's how I do it. I just flow. I can't get to every question, obviously. Wherever Oriah and Erica feel, since we're all very psychically connected, you'll know which ones are for me. And the readings are free, guys. They're absolutely free. Where else are you going to find that on the internet? 2 hours of free personalized readings.
Plus random conversations about Halloween.
And
cereal.
And teacup dogs and... See, quick.
Costumes.
There we go. Also,
I can hear like da 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 da.
There's one more thing. It's called Spirit Shout Outs. So spirit shout outs are like right now, and every time before we start going live, I feel my spirit guide is gathering. I'm a trance channel. You guys can watch all of my channelings, or a lot of my channelings over the last 20 years here on our channel, the channel.
Yes.
Why don't we call it the channeling channel?
Right?
Okay. And they start appearing to me, and they'll start giving me messages. Sometimes it's a name, it's a specific situation, and it pertains to one of you watching. And so that's what a spirit shout out. So I may say something like, who is this person? And who's connected to this thing? And then you type in, that's me. I think that's me, or I think that's my cousin or my uncle or my brother or whoever passed on. And I'll come and give you the message. Okay?
And also, if there's any confirmations, please put it in the chat box. And after the show is over, if you guys want to drop it in the comment box, we love that because everybody gets to see the confirmations. And the last week was really cool because somebody got back to us. There was like a bunch of things that they remembered. They were like, oh my God, it was so cool. So yes, everybody's
How was that
in.
full moon for you guys? A full moon in Sagittarius, powerful solar flare still kept going. I do think that I think anything that happens in the cosmos, whether it's the sun or the planets or the moon.
Especially if you're really sensitive, you feel it.
100%. We're not separate just because we're on Earth doesn't mean that we are not part of the larger expanse of nature, which is the cosmos. And it's like different seasons. We have different moods and different seasons on Earth, but we have cosmic seasons as well. And those affect us on an energetic and emotional level as well.
And did we discuss that I do empathic messages?
We just did.
So if you have any questions about your spiritual path, how your body is feeling, what's going on, Riz can answer a lot of questions about the internal, like your health and conditions with the health. But I also help with your ascension process, your death rebirth process, when you're coming up against a wall, if you feel like you're keep repeating the same outcome. You're getting the same outcome, repeating the same actions. And then also hitting, well, my specialty, you guys, is hitting walls. That's my specialty.
It is true.
It's like, imagine the Energizer bunny when it hits the wall like this over and over, and then you just you freak out.
Well, you've raised 5 kids. You know all about
seriously.
You know about walls.
Now,
would you turn that AC off?
And imagine you're hitting this wall, and then all you have to do is move 2 centimeters to the right in your life and make a different decision. It could be very small, and all of a sudden you're free and clear to go. But it's hitting this wall over and over and over for decades in your life, and this is where people start losing it. They think they have
100.
mental illness. They start going into addiction, blah blah blah, because they just don't know how to make the right choices.
Spinning their wheels.
So we like to give you guys new ways of thinking, outside the box conversations to help you improve and grow and expand so you can see past this wall. If you guys have any questions in that area, you can just ask me. And it looks like a lot of questions are starting to come in. Erica grabbed a whole bunch.
Well, we're going to do some spirit shout outs first to get things going.
Okay, go ahead.
Did somebody hear, somebody connected? Number one, there's someone on the other side who's saying that somebody's nickname was Tiny. Tiny, like the word tiny. Is that connected to you? Please let me know. Also, there's someone also here on the other side, separate from the person I just spoke about, who, what's the state that is with potatoes? Is that Idaho?
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if this represents Idaho or this represents they actually had a potato farm or in that business. It's a very specific thing they're showing me. There's a person. And the name Kyra or Kira, I need to give a message to. Okay, those are the 3 spirit shout-outs. Let them fly through the atmosphere. All right, where should we?
Are you ready, darling?
Yeah. Let's chill. Let's see. What do you got for me?
Let's do our ceremonial spray first.
Oh, the spray that I want to call Instant Spiritual Bookstore?
Yeah.
It's not called that, but I am going to market that. Okay, here we go.
Spray this way.
Wafted.
I love this smell.
I don't want to get on the dog. There you go.
Spiritual bookstore smell.
Isn't that the best name?
It should be called spiritual bookstore.
Instant Spiritual Bookstore. Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Here we go. First one up is Jewel James.
And let's do people who have never been done before first.
All righty.
Yes.
I need to know if my guides approve of my ex, Rich, and I getting back together. Please and thank you.
Look, immediately what I want to say to you is that it is absolutely a rocky road, but like Rocky Road ice cream, there's still some marshmallows in that road. So, of course, there are those sweet spots. This relationship is very plugged in. I want to say immediately that you two are very plugged into each other, and I'm going to use a few metaphors here for you because I see the electricity that's between you two, and there is a pull. It's definitely unfinished business. Now, when you are plugged into each other, if we're going to use that metaphor of the energy, it's also where your wires have been crossed. And I feel like 3 months ago, this was more of an issue than it is now. I do see that you guys represent home to each other in many ways. Like I get the feeling of holidays and Thanksgivings and, having a meal together at home. But it is going to be, don't think about it like day to day, like let's go day by day. Think about it more like month to month. Why do I say that? Because I don't want you at the end of the day to just be judging a relationship on how things went that particular day. It's about breathing into this and not going into, all right, this is going to be a probationary period for both of us to see how it goes, and we're going to take notes and scorecards of what has changed and what hasn't changed. That's really not the place to be. What I suggest for you in this connection is you're more like melding into a lifestyle together and seeing how you both travel through the day together as a team. That's very, very important. Thank you. Also, I feel that there's a man on your partner's side who's close to him in age, who's on the other side, who passed on. I mean, this feels like a friend, and it feels from a few years back. Let me know if that's the case, and then I can maybe give you a message to give to him. Okay, let's go.
Possible spirit shout out.
Spirit shout out.
You said Kira, right?
Yes, I said Kira. Yeah.
So Kayla Jones's daughter is named Kira?
Thank you. Hi, Kayla. How old is your daughter? This feels like someone on her father's side on the other side. And nurturing her creative abilities, like sending energy to help her nurture her creative abilities. All right.
There's this side conversation about chocolate mint chip ice cream and Rocky Road, because when you said Rocky Road, it hit off a lot of people. So
I feel like a big part of our audience is really our foodies. Is that true, guys?
You know what? I am a huge ice cream fan.
All right, everybody, put your favorite ice cream in there.
Let's
we want to know.
do this, okay?
Just one, though.
It.
Please don't do like 3.
For me, my top
What's your favorite
of the
ice
list
cream?
right now is chocolate mint chip. It has to be vegan or dairy non-dairy.
Right.
And for you?
Probably. Oh God, that's a good one. I would also say mint chocolate chip.
But you also like pecan praline.
I like butter. No, I like.
Which is the pecan one?
Butter pecan.
Butter pecan.
Yeah.
That was my dad's favorite, and I love that one too. That's really good, actually.
Isn't it really good? You guys got to try butter pecan if you didn't have it. All right.
Oh my God. Okay. Next question. Monica.
Yes.
My mom, Melinda, passed away September 2023. I had a convo today on the phone. Feel like she was with me. I am desperate to know if she was okay with the conversation I assume that she was having at the time. Someone she has a falling out with. Okay, so her mom is Melinda. She's Monica.
Got it.
Is
I'm
Melinda
just feeling
okay
into it.
with the conversation she had today?
Let sleeping dogs lie is what she's saying. No, but what she's saying by this is, and she doesn't mean it in any mean way. She's showing me. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to explain it to you. She's showing me that sometimes you roll out the red carpet for a person and they don't even see what you're doing for them. And she feels that this is the situation here where an opportunity or grace was shown to this person and they didn't receive it. And she understands on the other side that the person could not receive it. So yes, she's fine with it. And I just want to say I like to say she's having the time of her afterlife. So she's not really worried about what's happening here. She's showing me balloons. So is somebody's birthday coming up very soon? Like literally very soon? Okay, let's go.
Okay, my name is Patricia. My mother, Wandeline, transitioned on 7/7/77.
77?
Yeah.
Of course it was going to be 77.
Oh my God. Would she have a message for me?
Well, interesting because, when you have all those 4 7s, it equals a number 1 in astrology and in numerology, excuse me. In numerology, right? 4 7s is 28. 28 equals 2 plus 8 equals 10. 1 plus 0 equals 1. So you're back to the 1. Very interesting date for her to cross the Rainbow Bridge. And her name is Wandeline? Wandeline. I've never heard that name. And what is the daughter's name?
Patricia.
Hi, Patricia. That was a while ago. So I'm asking my guide, Red Eagle, if there's any message. Is there a Kevin or a Ken connected to you guys? Please let me know about that. Also, she's very much about what she worked on the other side. And I want to share this with you because that's a lot of the time they share with me what they worked on. To not feel like a failure requires, I'm going to kind of repeat it, like what it means to not feel like you failed, to not feel, this is to give to you, to never feel like you failed because you are loved. The moment you realize that you are loved, you have not failed because you are loved for who it is that you are. She worked on that because I feel that her childhood was particularly tough, and she healed a lot with her elders on the other side. Also, the name David is popping up, and I don't know if that's connected to you as well, but please let me know.
There's some confirmations.
March is also she's putting a heart around the month of March, so that's usually a birthday or anniversary. Okay, Erica.
Sorry about that.
No worries.
Jewel said, thank you so much. I do feel like he has always been my home. Rich lost his best friend to cancer a few years back, and then a year ago, a really good friend of his also passed away. Okay,
so your partner's good friend who passed away just a few years ago was coming through in this reading, and once is giving him a big hug and pat on the back, and he like really wants his friend, your partner, to live a really clean life. He's like, I really want to live a clean life. I feel like he should have lived a cleaner life. I don't know what that means, but he's kind of giving me that impression. Maybe he drank too much, or maybe, I don't know, indulged a little bit too much. But he's like, just live a really clean life. He's trying to tell you guys to enjoy that. And he's with him, and he watches the game with him. Okay. The other one was?
Monica, that was the message from her mom.
Monica,
Linda.
yes.
Her mom's favorite person, Gracie, her birthday's coming up.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
And Kayla said Kira
yes.
was listening and said thank you so much.
Okay, Kira, you're so welcome. All right, next one.
Okay, I just decided that I'm going to take... Okay, good. Slow-mo's off. I was just wanting to make sure because...
Okay, I got some more spirit shout-outs coming through. Let's talk about... I keep seeing marigolds. That's this orange flower. It's actually very popular in India, but this marigold has to do with somebody has this on their property where they just grew. Also, the name Dana is coming through as someone I need to either talk about, or this is the person who's there on the other side. Okay, and this one's a little heavy. This is about somebody whose car flipped. Literally flipped. They might have survived, but it's about a car flipping over, and it's one of you who's watching right now. Another one. Okay, I got one more spirit shout out for you guys. So there is an illness called renal failure. What is that? The kidneys?
Yes.
It's kidney failure. So they passed on from kidney failure. So let me know if that's for one of your loved ones. Okay.
Ready for your next one?
Yes.
Hi, Michelle from Ontario.
Hi, Michelle.
Wondering if you or my guides can provide any information about my sleep paralysis. 55 years of this. Is it a spiritual attack, or am I just astral traveling? It is scary.
Okay. I have a lot of experience with sleep paralysis, and I experienced it when I was going through the period of awakening to my psychic gifts. Your awakening may not be about psychic gifts, but it certainly is about you being more in tune with your own spiritual power, right? We all have spiritual power, just like we have physical strength. Okay. It's nothing to ever be ashamed of. It's nothing egotistical. We are spirit energy beings. So of course you can raise that vibration. You can raise that power up. So it is about you getting a hold of yourself. It is about you claiming your own space. For me, when it was happening too much, literally I could feel the spirit coming close to my ear and holding me down.
I remember you told me a lot of things about that during the time when it was happening.
Oh, they were speaking some language.
But it was about you putting your foot down and getting control of your experiences, right?
Now, let me tell you something.
Yeah, go into detail about
Red
this.
Eagle, my spirit guide, told me that many times your spirit guides will do that to you to kind of get you to, it's sort of like your karate instructor who's going to come at you. Like the karate instructor says, okay, I'm going to teach you how to fight back.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
it's kind of like they're pushing you.
They're sparring with you, right?
Yeah, they're sparring you.
That does happen. Now, this is part of your path to claim your own power here. Okay, so I will tell you this is you'll have to start afresh. I'm sure you're going to say, I've tried everything. Well, you're going to keep doing things. It doesn't mean you stop trying, because I'm sitting here as a living testament to you that you can get past it. It happened to me quite a bit over the course of a year. So number one, you are making a fresh new start, saying you're going to receive this. Now, when it does happen, I would say, ask this entity or spirit, what is it that you want? You don't need to be afraid. Nothing can ever happen to you. You're an eternal being. You are an eternal being, spirit, just like any other spirit that is in the non-physical. So let's get that straight. Okay, you have nothing to fear. So you step into that freedom and power and peace, all connected. Freedom, power, and peace is all connected. And you say, well, what is it that you want? Now, if you don't get an answer and it's just more like they're just trying to hold you down, what happens if you give in? What will happen if you give in? And you breathe. Let's see what happens. Maybe it is about you surrendering. I would suggest, other than that, find a shaman near you, maybe do a sacred medicine experience for yourself, wherever it is that you are, in a peaceful, well-intentioned way, and you can release some of this energy off of you. You know what else? Play my shamanic energy clearing music that I put on our channel. Put it on your headphones before you go to bed tonight, and imagine a field of energy around you clearing that aura. Because that's what these sonic healings are about. Okay, well, any spirit shout out confirmation? Yes,
James,
Erica is saying she got something
James
for me.
Said that, oh my goodness, Rich will love it when I tell him, yeah, we used to party a lot and drinking is what holds me apart from us. What was it?
August 3rd, 2020.
Is the sobriety date.
All right, awesome. So that was the message. I'm so glad to get that confirmation for you guys. All right. Spirit shout out. Shannon.
Amy, her mom, Roxanne, died from kidney failure.
Thank you for letting me know. Shannon Ramey, her mom, Roxanne. Is that what you said? Like the song Roxanne?
Yes.
Died from kidney failure. Wants you to know she is very well, and she is... It's funny because she's standing like this with her hands on her hips like this, like in like the Wonder Woman pose. And she's like, I'm fine. You don't need to worry about me. I'm with you. Like, that's how she's saying it to you, Shannon. She's like, just know that and let's move forward already. Okay.
Also, I would like to let you guys know before we try to remember for all the newbies that are coming in, we just want to let you guys know that most people, when they go to listen to psychic mediums, they're kind of serious and kind of grave. And you'll notice that we're not like that.
Most mediums are grave. That was a good one.
Oh man.
I need one of those. So
my medium's not calling me back, so they ghosted you. Okay, go ahead.
So the reason why is because on the other side, from doing this for so many years, they're celebrating. It's kind of like they're graduating or they graduated. So like it's a party and your higher self is there with them. And this has all been broken down. We've talked about this for a long time over all the different episodes. So basically we feel their energy. It's a very high vibe energy. It's a very exciting energy.
It's very positive.
It's very positive. So that's why we're very happy, even though we say words like death and car accidents, and we're saying very serious things that have devastated and rocked your world. But our job is to really bring them here to you to have a conversation, and or your guides, they can talk to you until you learn how to communicate with them. So it's always a lot of very high vibing fun. So there is also some empathic questions coming in, and I think Erica was about to say something.
Yeah, we have 3 different people with the car flipping spirit shout.
The car flipping. Okay, before I go forward, another spirit shout out is for the date of January 16th. And it is an exact date. It's not the 15th and it's not the 17th, guys. It is the 16th of January. Please let me know if that date is connected to you. Okay, so the car flipping.
So there's 3 people that have someone on the other side from car flipping.
It's a female that I'm going to need to give the message to.
They're all female.
Okay.
So do you want their first names?
Is there a name with a K?
Yes.
Okay, there's a K name. That's
Kimberly.
The one. Kimberly. This one's for Kimberly.
Okay. Her father, Gregory, flipped a car and broke his back. Actually,
Thank you.
So I don't know if he's on the other side.
No, if he broke his back, he's probably not here. But anyway, the message is for Kimberly. Kimberly, I would love to know if Gregory's still with us. then I can make this connection clear. Sorry for the other people who had the car flipping, but it was specifically for the K letter, as you heard me just do. Okay. Let's hear if she responds. It would be good.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, Melissa, I'm open to hear what you pick up on. I was badly burned in the Woolsey fire in Malibu.
No way. We were in that
fire. We were evacuated. Oh my God.
Where were you in Malibu? What road were you up?
Whoa.
So sorry to hear that.
I'm open to hear. I feel that I have hit a wall after 54 years.
That fire was something. We were evacuated for 2 weeks. And
that was intense.
It was intense, guys. I mean, to see such beauty in preserved land. Also, over 400 homes were lost just in our area.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know the impact of it, because people think, oh, Malibu, and they think it's all fun and it doesn't seem real, and like there's not real people living there and working hard and living their lives and raising their kids. It felt like no one was really taking it that seriously, right? But this fire started off 30 miles away, over 3 different highways, and started there and jumped highways and was tearing down beautiful park land, taking down people's homes and things they worked their whole lives to have. There were animals running everywhere. So many animals were lost.
700 homes.
700 homes and just 400. Yeah, okay. So there you go. So I hear you and feel for you, Melissa.
You know, some of the people who are rebuilding in Malibu, we've had a chance to talk to them.
Yeah.
They lost everything.
Mm-hmm.
And each one of them has pretty much said the same thing. They said it was their
Turning
wake
point.
up call, big time rebirth.
Yeah.
It was a very big spiritual event for them.
Right.
And they absolutely had to start new. But to be also injured to the point of being badly burned, that's a big one.
Melissa, listen, you're here in the LA area. Reach out to Erica, and if you're open to doing one-on-one work, because when you say you're at the end of the rope, that means that you're ready for a rebirth. If you are, and you have tried everything else, do some shamanic work here, and I'll help you through that. Okay? And because this is
way bigger than what we can talk to you about here.
on line here. So please do that. Just always know that you are never, believe it or not, no matter how much it hurts, guys, no matter how, because we have super tragic stories that we share, you guys have shared with us, but we are coming to spiritual breakthroughs here in our conversations with you guys, that anytime there's something dying in you, it's because something is rebirthing in you. And I've channeled this information that is such an interesting statement because it can trigger you, which is you're never in the wrong place at the wrong time. I've had to swallow that one because I think about all the incidences where I go, oh my God, that was an awful thing that I experienced. And the spirit guides are saying I was never in the wrong place at the wrong time. I had to get past and break through very powerfully how triggered I got from that statement, and realized after all these years, turning 55 in August, damn, wow. And I go, no, I look back at my life and all of the pain and all of the devastating pain that I've been through. And I do believe I was never in the wrong place at the wrong time, because those were my resources to be an alchemist and to rebirth myself into what I feel is the expression of my gratitude of getting to express myself. Because for me, self-expression is the key to happiness. So I'm happy to help you in any way that I can, Melissa, but I'm glad that you found us here, and stick around for the rest of the evening and share in the energy, okay?
I have a little free flow coming. Little warning.
Go, baby.
One of my little free flow moments. So,
Miss Mumi is here. And
Oh,
she's going to see
no.
that the dog is in your lap, and she is not going to like
Riz?
that. She doesn't know the dog is there.
Okay, are you going to do something?
She's so casual licking herself, and she's just about to realize the dog is here.
Oh, no.
But just put your leg down, let her see. Look, Mumi.
She's going to be so
Show
offended.
her. Show Rocket's face to her. There you go.
Oh, no.
Look on her face.
Oh, no.
Oh, she's turned around and walked
Offended.
away, guys. The cat
We've
just
been
was
dealing
like,
with this. And she ran. Did you see that?
Yeah. Okay.
What I wanted to say, and by the way, we closed the bedroom door. They were supposed to be trapped in our room, and I don't know how they got out. Okay, So I have a little
Getting
free
hot
flow
again.
moment. I have a little free flow moment here about what Riz just finished talking about, which was really important. And I want to talk about the concept of that everything is for you. The first time I heard the concept when Red Eagle was channeling through Riz and he was talking about everything that happens in your life is for you. When I first started to hear that, I had about 95% of me was like, are you kidding? Yeah, right. No way. It's impossible. How is that possible? Everything was horrible and sucked that came from certain situations that I experienced. How can it be for me? And he said, do you notice that things that were horrible that happened to you years in the future, when you look back at those incidences that happened, you're like, wow, that was the best thing that could have happened to me at the time because of what I got from it, what I learned from it, who I became from it. It became, like some people call it, that was like real shit. And that actually becomes fertilizer. So it actually is becoming something that you can work with. So keep in mind, everything you guys talk about tonight, if you put this filter over it, everything you say, everything you text, everything you type, everything you hear tonight, try it on as an experiment. So everybody just for the show, okay? If you haven't done this before, just say to yourself, everything that happened in my life to me was for me. Keep that door open. Be willing to receive a message from your higher self or your guides while you're listening to us. You can do it. You're multidimensional. Keep those doors open and keep the idea open that whatever you've experienced, whatever you're going through, whatever you hear about yourself or a message, or even keep in mind for other people that it happened because it was for you. It was for you to get ... something from it so that you can grow, you can learn, you can expand, you can have your breakthroughs.
You came to be the most powerful version of yourself that is even beyond your own understanding or concept of it. And so these things are what we use. Okay, spirit shout-outs. I got some more for you, unless you got some spirit shout-out answers. All right, what do we got?
I do. Okay, so to
circling back
to
Kimberly,
who was the car flipping.
who was the car flipping with Gregory.
Yes, he did cross over in 2005.
Okay, so that's the person on the other side. So he's saying hi, but he used the car flipping as the reference that you would get. And the letter K, so we know that it was for you, Kimberly. He is, well, of course he's doing well. I'm trying to find new ways of saying they're doing well. Because every time they come to me, they're always like, we're doing well. And I'm like, yeah, but I can't keep saying the word they're doing well. I want to be more creative, poetic, more, showing some flavor. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All right. Damn.
You guys heard him.
They
out
are
there on the other side. You heard the mic. You're the microphone.
I don't know why, but I taste chocolate and chocolate chip cookies, Kimberly, so you can indulge a little bit right now, unless you are eating chocolate chip cookies right now. He just said to me, oatmeal raisin.
Ooh, boy, tonight is...
Seriously.
Gregory's all about the food.
Yeah.
You know what? They know who they're talking to.
Ice cream, by the way.
Huh?
Like someone sent us a picture of their ice cream.
So is it... I'm going to pull
Someone
it up.
is eating their way out of a bucket of ice cream right now? Is that what's going on? Okay, all right. Who has got... Are you there?
Right here. People are sending what they're eating.
I love it.
So this is what Paul's eating. And then here's what Karen is eating.
Karen sent us a photograph.
Chocolate mint chip.
Damn, I can see that. That looks really good.
That's awesome. Okay.
That's really okay. So there's a spirit shout out, guys, and I'm saying, and it's funny because this is a word that is one of my favorite cartoons, but the name is Scooby, and so maybe this was a pet. By the way, no one ever answered the Tiny. I'll repeat that again. Someone's nickname was Tiny. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Erica, well, you got a spirit shout out. Thank you.
Jennifer D. Her grandpa Robert, his birthday is January 16th.
Thank you.
He passed in 2003.
Okay, thank you. January 16th to the grandpa. I want you to know that he is styling and profiling on the other side. Super, super charmer, by the way, your grandfather. He was coming through with that January 16th earlier. And I don't know, sometimes they identify themselves with their birthday. Instead of just going, sometimes people say, why don't they just say their name? I don't know. I just work here. I'm still after 30 years, I'm still figuring out all the different ways that they are communicating. I just opened my door. There's like a door in here, honey.
Yeah.
Did you know there's a door in my forehead?
Yeah, I'm assuming.
You're talking about walls. Now I'm going to talk about doors. All right, so the door opens, and then they just come over like it's a house party, and I have to kind of sort it out. And they say stuff like, January 16th, the car flipped. Okay, and I'm sorting it out. It's very interesting being inside my brain. All right. Am I waiting for you? You waiting for me?
We're all waiting for each other.
Any spirit shout-outs?
Around the world, everybody just have silence. Let's all wait for each other. We're going to wait for you. You're going to wait for us. I'll wait for Riz.
We just stare at each other like...
Let's just stare at each other.
Okay. We got any confirmations?
Do not, but there are more questions.
Questions, let's go.
You, Lady O.
Yes, we have questiones. Okay, Athena, my husband Ray, passed in October 2016. Does he
I heard her Ray early. Yes.
Yes.
Athena, I heard her Ray earlier on.
He knows you're here.
In the whole mix, so yes, thank you. He knows that you're here. What is her question?
Her husband Ray passed October 2016. Does he have any messages for me and my immediate future?
Yes. Thank you for the candle lightings and thank you for that stuff. Do you remember a place, Athena, where you throw pennies in the fountain? Do you know, is this place near you, or is this some place you went on vacation where there's a, you remember doing this? Simplifying. Okay, thank you, Ray. Okay, so this is a message about like money and like spending and organizing yourself financially, and where he, at least from the perspective he's in now, Athena, is coming from, it's like you prioritizing what brings you joy is important for what you spend your money on. Okay, what brings you joy. And he wants you to have this. Okay, thank you. He's showing me you standing by a window. Is this what you often do? Or is there something on the right side of the window that pertains to him, like that's hanging on the wall? Please let me know about that, Athena. Also, he says happy birthday to June, the June birthday. Okay.
So we have somebody with the spirit shout out. Somebody's coming in with Tiny.
Tiny's finally here? Okay, who is that?
And let me just do the bell.
I'm doing my glasses spin so that the dog doesn't wake up with two bells. Do you know that? Do you see this? This is I'm spinning my glasses.
Oh, yeah, I know.
It's like the Wheel of Fortune.
Oh, so... Okay, so Rohini G.
Rohini G.
My
it's
nickname.
Rohini. It's pronounced Rohini.
Oh, so this must. Okay, so my nickname is Gudia in reference to nickname Tiny.
Gudia. Yeah. That stands for Gudia.
There we go. There's Tiny. There's your Tiny.
Thank you. And
I believe earlier he had a question about his father who crossed over. It was much earlier in the...
Who? Rohini? Rohini is a woman.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
She had a question about her father who had crossed.
Okay, thank you. So that's your dad, Rohini, coming through with that nickname for you, which is translated into Hindi, by the way, guys. Which is interesting because why didn't he just say it in Hindi to me? Okay. But yes, giving you love, supporting you. Thank you. Your dad is very proud of how you have integrity, that you always try to tell the truth. And he also wants you to know. Yes, I understand. Okay, also wants you to know that, like, don't take things too much to heart with people who are saying things that you don't like. He's like, just let them be. They don't understand where you're coming from, and you need to just let it go. Don't take that kind of tension onto yourself, Rohini. Okay? Also, he's showing me this beautiful color of jade. You know, the green stone jade. You should wear that if you can. It doesn't have to be big. It could be just on a simple bracelet, or on a ring. It would be good for you. Okay.
Confirmation. Jennifer, about you were doing the reading from her father, the January 16th.
Jennifer was confirming about January 16th.
Yes,
Okay, go ahead. Say it louder so they can all hear you.
Sorry, guys. My grandfather was known for his mannerisms and being a put-together man.
Put together. Well, he's still put together on the other side. Let me tell you, he's enjoying himself. Okay.
All right, here we go. Super chat. Oh, wait, actually, let me go backwards. Sorry.
Super chats. By the way, you can, guys, if you want to do a super chat, it's always welcome if you want to donate to the channel. Always appreciated. And of course, it helps to keep the channel going and to expand. So yes, thank you. The readings are free though, guys. Keep that in mind.
All right. So this is for Nancy Winchester. She's new here. Welcome, Nancy. Winchester House.
Any relation to the Winchester
Please
House?
say yes.
Just say it is.
Just say it is, just for us. Okay.
Just make me happy in my fantasy world that I'm speaking to someone who's related
done the tour and
to
we
Lady
think about
Winchester.
It. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. My son Mike passed in 2014. Any messages?
Sure. Give me a moment. There's a dog with him. The first thing I want to say, there's a big dog over there with him. And question for you. There's something reference to buttons. Like, you see, like the buttons I have on my jacket here.
Why did I look? I'm like,
what's her name? Nancy, did you say?
Yes, Nancy Winchester.
Nancy. Okay, so was there something? Now try to think. Reference to buttons. Do you have maybe his buttons? Were you buttoning? Did you used to button his? Of course you did when he was little. But I'm not talking about that. It's something like older, more specific. My guides relay these messages to me. By the way, I'm not hearing it directly from Mike right now. So I have spirit guides. Mike has spirit guides. It's all like a relay kind of. Sometimes it is that. And yes, the feather is his symbol for you. The feather falling is his symbol for you. I want to tell you what I'm seeing, that they're showing me the scene he is in. It's all like picking fruit off of trees. Nature. He's also referencing somebody who fell and hurt their leg. Is that somebody in the family he's talking about? Also, the name Joseph is coming up, Nancy. I feel there's a Joseph on that side over there with him. And somebody who is a teacher he's referencing.
Okay, so Nancy says what you are picking up on is uniform medals.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. That's what he's showing. Okay, because they're like gold, but they're special. Okay, now I understand. And you have those, right? Is there some connection to Italy, Nancy? Please let me know about that also.
So I don't know how you feel about this, but somebody is responding to a spirit shout out from last week that she watched and has somebody. So I don't know.
Let's save that to a little bit later.
Okay.
I want to make sure Nancy's taken care of.
Just put
Nancy.
Mary Nelson on the side. Okay.
Also, Nancy, what's the cake? Is somebody obsessed with like cake? Do you always have cake in your house, or did he have a sweet tooth with cake? Just showing me this. Okay.
All right. So
let me know if Nancy responds to any of that.
Yes,
okay.
Will do. She said yes.
Yes.
To something, but
yeah,
I don't know.
Nancy, what are you saying yes
Nancy,
to?
tell me what you're saying.
Are you saying yes that you're a Winchester from the Winchester House? Is that what you're saying yes to? Because we are bending your arm to tell us yes.
Okay.
Okay.
A confirmation from Athena.
Yeah.
From the earlier message, she said thank you for that reading. Amazing you spoke about money. I retired from nursing last year.
Okay.
I've been concerned about finances and what to do with the rest of my life.
Okay, thank you, Athena. Well, that's what Ray is saying. Follow the joy. Of course, you have to take care of yourself and make sure your future is secure. But other than that, intertwine the joy with everything else. Okay.
Okay.
It ain't in Florida, Athena. Okay.
So I am asking people right now while they're watching, where are you watching from? If you're watching from home, from work, from one time somebody said they were out to sea on a boat in the middle of the ocean. That was my favorite. Let us know where you're watching from. And also if you have any pets that are watching with you or any family members, we want to hear who's watching.
I do pet messages.
And I've told them, if you have any pet questions.
Someone is tapping me on the shoulder right now. Another spirit shout out. coming out there for one of you. Do you know who the Rockettes were? The Rockettes were this dance troupe that would perform in New York City at Radio City Music Hall, and this person on the other side had something to do with them. Or you have the concert ticket or the program, you still have it? That's super specific. So let me know. Okay. Anything from Nancy, Erica?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have Charisse is camping in the Sierras.
Where is the Sierras?
Sierra Nevadas. It's a mountain
Sierra
range.
Nevada. Okay. Nevada.
Nevada.
I said Nevada again.
Erica and Riz. Well, Erica says Mount Shasta.
Mount Shasta,
And she
Nevada.
says Nevada. And that's the only two words that she
I
actually
love
says
it.
like this.
I love it.
So, yes.
I have to take a picture of this dog.
So,
right now.
CPJ Mason is watching from home with his dog Pico. I assume that is a male speaking. Vancouver Island. British
Vancouver
Columbia.
Island with the Alone Show?
Yes.
Is it a contestant on the Alone Show calling
Are
us
you?
right now?
Yes, exactly. Los Angeles home partner and cat Eli.
I'm actually making a live video of the live video.
Okay.
I'm getting
So here we go.
I'm getting kind of Instagram savvy, even though Erica runs my Instagram.
Well, don't do behind
I'll
the
just
scenes
pass
because
it.
it's a little bit.
This is kind of live video
messy.
of the live.
Even though Erica's really.
Live on live.
We're
Erica,
live on
come
live.
over here so people can see you and see what you're wearing because I made this shaman vest and it was
Okay.
too small. No. Go back up for it. They're going to come see Erica.
It's not live on Instagram.
Well, still go back up.
Oh, okay.
Wait, I thought you were live.
Oh, should I? Yo, that would be so cool. Hold on.
What the heck? I thought that's what she
I am
did
going to do
for
that.
it.
No, that's such a cool idea. Hold on a second.
Okay, so we have
just
Bishop
stand here.
Mammoth area. We have home in South Africa. We do know you guys have questions. We'll get to your questions.
We are actually live.
We're just saying hello. Right
On
now
the
we're live
Psychic
on
Sundays.
Instagram. I'm showing Erica's outfit here because
Looks good,
You have
Erica.
to go to Instagram to see
You're very
it.
much on brand with our shamanic.
So
Where?
it has angel wings. I made this shamanic vest with angel wings. I used to have a fashion line called Sacred Medicine.
Yes.
And the pandemic killed it. However,
You guys are
I
watching
made all
here.
The shaman wear.
Hi guys, you
How
guys
they
are
say it
watching
everywhere
here on
else.
Instagram Live.
Shaman wear.
Just go to
Oh no.
go to YouTube and watch the show live. We're doing live psychic readings on YouTube right now. Just go over, type in the Magical Life with Riz Psychic Sundays in the search box, and you will join us.
You know, I
there.
just realized
What?
we could. I know there's a way to do it professionally, but we could like put the camera up on a stand and have it recording for those on Instagram that want to watch us.
Okay, that's what we're gonna do. I
But
just wanted to say,
but you guys can't ask questions because we're only taking questions on YouTube.
Right.
yeah, go to YouTube and ask a psychic question, and I'm happy to answer it.
Dawn
Just
is in
wanted to say hi
Florida
to you
with her
guys.
cat Molly.
All right.
How cute!
Be well. Mwah. See you later.
Charisse, Riz, and E known you since your Malibu days. Sweet. Well, our Malibu days are coming back, y'all, because we're going to
Next
be
year.
heading back to the Boo. Okay, so yeah, you guys are awesome. I'm just reading everything you're saying. Okay, let's get back into the readings.
Any confirmations, Erica?
While she looks at that, let's go to the next question.
Okay. I have to now say when I'm going on here, and then I got to tag.
Okay, we're going to do Michael Pert next.
Okay, let's do it.
But I'll wait. We have Jennifer D watching with her dog Shenzi. I hear that animals like to watch us, you guys, which is really cool. I
Really?
think they're seeing something. They hear our voices are very like, ding, 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 like code, ding, 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 ding.
Frequencies.
And they're like, ooh, what's that? I bet they liked I said that. Ding, 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 ding. All the animals in the room are like, why did she just do that? Nobody on TV makes that noise. Okay.
All right, let's take the next question.
Next question. I say TV because a lot of you guys put us on the TV, which is really cool. Okay, Michael Pert. Hey, Riz, any messages for me from my guides? I felt this has been a weird week for me. Oh, yeah, for everybody. Welcome to the planetary system. Do you see anything on the horizon or what should I be focusing on?
Yes, I do. I do see a couple of things for you, Michael. Number one, Understand the weird week is indeed a weird week for a lot of people. There are really, I have been stressing this for most of my life to people, to understand that there are really seasons that are beyond just Earth seasons of spring, winter, summer, and fall, that we are in the cosmos and that the planets affect us, the sun affects us, the moon affects us, and probably many other things that we are unable to identify. Our ancestors knew about this, and I believe that we have enough channeled information from great channelers over time to understand this as well. And as we become more sensitive beings, well, we are very sensitive already, but when I say more sensitive, what I mean is that we are expanding beyond just the sensitivity of what happens when we feel something is wrong, right? We might feel something is wrong all the time. I can't go to that store. I can't go in that neighborhood. I can't go over there. I can't hang out there. I can't do that. I just want to stay in my house and be a hermit. I need to protect my energy. Yes, you should. You should definitely not be around too many conflicting energies, but we also want you to be able to be anywhere and feel at peace within your own being, to be in any environment. And what I would say to you, Michael, the message that's coming through for you, brother, is this, is that after June 21st, 22nd, that's the date I'm seeing. Of course, that is the equinox. I do see that it is time for you to do a couple of things that are out of your comfort zone, meaning it could be activities that are more in a group where you're exposed to different kinds of people. Now, these people could be things, I'm not saying do something you're not interested in, but it's taking that time, because I feel that you have kind of been in this warrior mode, and I want you to go into, I do feel that you're a creator, so going more into creator mode, yes. But in the summer, to say, it is wise to have more fun. Be with the seasons. Not every day is supposed to be the grind. And there's a reason why we have ceremonies and holidays and breaks, and that's why we even sleep, to give our physical brain a break. So letting yourself enjoy in this way, and saying to yourself, what is it that I really love? Maybe it was something you loved as a kid you never got to be able to do. And giving yourself that gift, and not saying, I can't afford it. I want to tell you, I want you to come from, I can't afford not to do this thing that is super fun. Maybe it's some convention in the middle of Indianapolis somewhere, and you're like, that convention's happening. What's stopping me from getting on a plane and going and enjoying it? Literally things like that. Not about, how do I make this grind even harder and make it successful and all of that. No. This is the year, and I believe this started with you last year. These next 2 years have been about you finally loosening your grip and being the loving, joyful being that you really, really are. Being that superhero of love, my friend. Okay. Confirmation coming through.
Yes.
From who?
So the sister of, so Colleen is the daughter of Nancy Winchester.
Colleen is the daughter of Nancy Winchester.
Mm-hmm. Her brother Michael. From
yes.
The other side. So she sent the confirmation.
Thank you, Colleen.
Multiple people listening. He was a Marine.
He
Loved lemon meringue cake.
Oh, he loved the cake. Okay.
He was buried with his dog Manny.
Oh, he was buried with his dog, and that was the first thing that I saw. I was like, he's with his dog.
Yeah, he was buried with his dog.
Wow. I don't know anyone except the Egyptians that were buried with their animals, so good on you, Mike. Amazing. Okay.
And there's more. Nancy is Italian, and
Nancy's Italian? Okay.
Yes, and their grandmother was born in Italy, and they ate from fruit trees.
They ate from fruit trees when they were kids. Yeah. So sweet. So he's, not only was Mike a gift before, he's still a gift. And I really want you to understand that, stop saying, you could say he died, but, I could say that about my family members too, but at the same time, I don't put a lot of weight behind it. I'm like, yes, they died, but I'm in contact with them because of the love. And I don't need concrete messages, even from my own self, from my own parents or my brother or my best friends, all people who are on the other side. I have a very strong belief, and the moment that I feel joy and connect to them, I know that they're right here with me. Okay. Thank you for sharing that, Colleen and Nancy. Beautiful. Many blessings to you guys.
Well, Jim Knox
I know that name.
I know, me too.
Okay.
Jim Knox asked a question that is near and dear to my heart because of how I feel about Merlin.
Please.
And I have a very close relationship with Merlin. He was the first guide that ever spoke to me at the first circle I've ever attended when I first met Riz, and I was auditing him to market his work. And I had never been to anything like that. And so Merlin was the first guide that came through to me and has been very close to me. And I just finished channeling a book about, well, it was half channeled, half, my spiritual quest, my story, set to Merlin's forest. How would you call that? Like a spiritual sojourn, a fantasy novel. It's 440 pages, has over 300 illustrations. It's a collector's piece, collector's item, and it's in the last stages of the editing process, last stages. Hopefully I'll get it out by the end of the year. I can't wait to share it with you.
It'll be a great
Jim Knox's
Christmas
question,
release.
it is.
Yeah.
So his question is, so tune into Merlin. His question is, you mentioned you get messages from Merlin.
I do.
What does he think we should be working on or towards as the collective?
Thank you, Jim, for that question. And I will say this. So Merlin was one of the first guides that I channeled, and I have always felt very connected to him. And if you have a chance, guys, go to visit Glastonbury in England in your life, because that's where you will find Merlin's cave. And though Merlin exists in the cosmic energy of the highest dimensions and with us, he's not in a physical location. It's still really fun and great. And the entire town of Glastonbury in England, that town is sort of like, if you just want to live the wizard life of Lord of the Rings, go live there. People literally will wear cloaks and hats, and everything's a crystal store. I think maybe we should retire there one day, honey. Okay. So with Merlin and what we're working on, Merlin is consistently about surrendering to the magic of existence in all moments. The magic of existence in all moments. So existence supersedes the concept of lifetimes. We're all very concerned about life here, how I'm feeling day to day, what I'm doing, how long, hopefully I can stay well and take care of people and do some of the things on my list. Those are the life concerns. Existence is is bigger than that. That's the eternalness of what it is that you are, which is love, consciousness, energy, constantly expanding. Okay. Now, so when Merlin gives messages, it is always about, that is always the sort of the bottom line. It is about, I want to say then underneath that outline, the title is Surrendering to the Magic of Your Existence Beyond Time. And then there is, okay, so how do you accept this in your day-to-day life? Well, he has always said that if you see Earth as a school of magic, you will have pleasant and unpleasant things. You will have what you experience as darkness in a negative way, and then you will have darkness in a positive way. What is that? Well, it is that when in the darkest times, you then discover that all of that is for you. It almost becomes like you're birthing yourself from the darkness of the womb. The physical womb is dark when we're about to be born. And he uses that metaphor in a lot of the channelings that I have shared with you guys over the years. And consider your dark times the darkness of the womb. That is the biggest message that he says. So if you feel that there is a dark times that the world is in, by the way, I've never, ever throughout history heard anyone ever say that it wasn't a dark time. In the 70s, they're like, oh God, where's this world going? In the 80s, I bet you in the 1700s, they were saying, where is this world going? I bet you in the cavemen times, they were saying, where is this world going? So I don't ever fall in line with that mass consciousness of, no, but this time it's really worse, and no, but this time it's really worse. I don't come from that at all. It's one aspect of duality that I don't find to have magic in it. So even when I talk about duality, contrast, light and dark, so-called concepts of good and evil, I'm always going to be coming from, okay, but you created it. So if you believe there's a matrix, you created it. You created this conversation. I fully believe you created me. You created everything that you're experiencing in your life right now, the room that you're sitting in, the technology that you're using, the family that you have, the planetary system that you're on, the so-called laws of physics that are so-called governing that reality. I believe you created it. So if you believe there's a matrix, it's because you wrote that into your script. And if you believe you're here to battle the matrix or not be in the matrix, you wrote that into your script. And what is the purpose of your script? Well, that script tells a story. And it's the never-ending story. Is there a song called The Never-Ending Story?
Yes. all ages.
Yeah, I know it's the movie, but is there a song called The Never Ending Story?
I don't know the words by heart, though. But yes.
It always comes back to joy and fun and creation, doesn't it? So Merlin teaches about the magic of creation, and you're going to find that book that comes out at the end of the year. What is it called, honey? Finding Merlin?
Finding Merlin.
I have heard excerpts of it, and it is so magical, guys. That would make a great Christmas gift.
Yeah, it has 14 chapters, takes you through all the ebbs and flows of. It's set in the Merlin's forest, so you can imagine there was like all these adventures and portals and things that the character goes through. It's first person, but it's spiritual lessons and messages and things that I experienced in my journey to where I'm at, get to where I'm at today. So
got some spirit shout outs happening
Riz,
right now.
I just want to let you know you have like 10 people waiting on the board.
Let's just go
on the board.
One more spirit shout out. Did anybody else get back to us?
No.
Okay. There's a book of stamps that were left behind. I guess people used to collect stamps. I don't think they collect them anymore. But it's a stamp book, and you have it. Okay. Nothing with the Rockettes. I gave you guys a shout out about the Rockettes. Somebody on the other side had some connection to them, or was obsessed with them, or some big thing happened when they were watching that show at Radio City Music Hall. It was called the Christmas Spectacular, and the Rockettes used to perform at it. Is that you? Let's see. Let's go through these questions. I'm going to get through all 10 of them. Let's go.
Okay, so they're asking about my book, and what I'm going to do is I have it somewhere. Didn't I put it up? I swear to God, I put it up in the
I don't know.
website somewhere. Okay,
All right.
Next question. I'll look for it while
just
Riz
go through
answers the next question.
Yes.
Super chat, Natalia.
Mm-hmm.
I have a girlfriend with the name B-A-L, Blashka.
Mm-hmm.
Real name,
Lagovesna
she lives in North Macedonia.
Mm-hmm.
and Yugoslavia.
And she has a big problem with her eyes. Do you have any messages for her?
Yeah, give me a moment. And what is this woman's name? The one who's writing the message? Natalia. Okay. Hi, Natalia. I'll do my best to look into it. Well, clearly, I mean, there is. I got to go back with this because I see a nerve that is like withered away. Meaning that means that it's kind of degenerated. I feel that one eye is definitely going to do better than the other. I always just tell you how I see it, guys. This is how I see it. And then hopefully you can relay that to her. I see that this is not corrected in that country. Should have to go to a neighboring country for this to be medically addressed. Okay? Next question.
Okay, super chat.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, that was okay. Jen D.
Mm-hmm.
We did that. Okay, Nancy S. I keep seeing videos about the world changing, so you have to tune in for this one, and a pole shift that will happen that could be devastating. Do you have any information on that?
Yeah, that pole shift people have been predicting that pole shift for about 45 to 50 to 100 years. I'm not placing any bets on that pole shifting. I'm sure the pole is shifting, but there are a lot of things in synergy that happen. I'm using simplified language and metaphysical perspective, because I'm sure that scientists will say something else, but shamans and psychics, we say something else, and that's why we're here, right? So what I do see is that, the end of the so-called end or changes of the world are not actually going to be physical. They're not about storms, and they're not about earthquakes, and they're not about pole shifts. It is about us stepping into the next age of humanity, which is into the cosmic brotherhood, which is why the powers that be are slowly revealing the information about extraterrestrials, even though they go 2 steps and then they go back 3 steps. Like they say, oh, what's this? And then we wait for the hearings to happen about UFOs, and then they go back 3 steps and say, oh, no, it's nothing. Doesn't matter. The conversation has started in an official way. And really what they're doing is they're feeling out what people's reactions are in their belief systems with religion and so on and so forth, how it goes against those things, or maybe is part of those belief systems in some new perspective and angle. So that's what's going on. As far as the pole shifts, the Earth is a living, breathing being, as how I see it. Not a sentient being in the same way like thinks and rationalizes in that way, but energy in the most intelligent and conscious, regenerative kind of form. And that's for me what a planet is. And remember something, the Earth is a projection of consciousness. Doesn't mean it's not real. We create things that are real and real to us and the senses that we have. What do we think is real? What we can physically sense. To the most people, 5 senses perceive something as real, then it's real. If your 6th sense perceives something as real, most people will say, well, that's just your imagination, and I don't know if I can believe something that is coming from your 6th sense. But what if you find out you have 7th senses, and 8, and 9, and 20, and 30, and 40, and 50? What if you find out there are more and more senses? You have a sense of balance, you have a sense of justice, you have a sense of compassion, you have senses that are extrasensory, that are not about psychic things. They're about your feeling into the energy through an object. That's not necessarily psychic, right? That's, you have antennas of awareness that extend outside of your physical aura. And many of you are learning how to use these things. It's much more important to understand that than you don't need to worry about the planet as much in the sense that you're talking about. Okay. Yes.
Spirit shout out.
Spirit shout out. The hand goes up. I know it's a spirit shout out. Answer.
Okay, first off, confirmation from Natalia. It was a problem in just one eye.
Thank you.
Thank you for that. She says. Elizabeth.
Yes.
Father John, who is on the other side.
Elizabeth's father John.
A stamp collection.
A stamp collection.
Her brother is supposed to send it to her and has not.
Her brother is supposed to send it to her and has not. And so your father has to intervene to bring up the stamp collection.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's so funny. That is so funny. Oh, it's so frustrating when those things happen. People don't want to let go of those things because either it's a power play. Sometimes in siblings, it's a power play. Let's get real, people. We know how siblings can be at times. And sometimes it's just because they don't want to let go of that piece that connects to them. But your dad's aware of it, and he's not sweating it. He just wants to know he loves you both. And the stamp collection is not about the physical stamp collection. It's about that he just wants to know, he knows that you cherish that. And I want to say something about possessions and when we're on the other side. And many times people on the other side will mention those possessions. It's not because they are connected to those possessions and make sure you take care of those possessions. The way they see possessions is sort of like if you were to go back in time and visit your 3rd grade class, and you go back and you say, oh, look at my cute little desk. Look where I used to write my name. Oh, I used to love that little ball I played with. Oh my God, and there's that stuffed animal in the back of the room I used to always throw around with my best friend. That's it, but they've outgrown them. They do have a sweetness about it, but there's no attachment to it, right? You wouldn't be attached to your 3rd grade desk or your 4th grade desk. That's how they see things they've physically left behind on the planet. But he just wanted to take this time and wish you a big, he wants to give you a big kiss on the cheek, on both cheeks, actually, Shami. I want to give her a kiss on both cheeks. All right. Another confirmation. What's the other confirmation?
Yes, possibly a rocket.
A Rockettes, finally. Okay.
I know, right? Kyla Dahl. So she loved the Rockettes when she was a kid.
Uh-huh.
And she's never seen them, but really loved them. She has an aunt and a great-grandma on the other side.
Thank you.
I don't have names yet, but that's...
Is the name Rose connected to you? By the way, I'd like to know if that is connected to you. Well, your loved ones on the other side, the whole Rockettes thing, is that I think they still exist. And I think you should go see them this Christmas.
Got the names. Aunt is Dorothy.
Dorothy.
And her great-grandma is called Great Nana.
Great Nana. Okay. Well, they're the ones bringing up the whole thing about the Rockettes and the fact that you love them. You never got to see them. Hey, I used to love the Harlem Globetrotters when I was a kid, and I think it was maybe 6-7 years ago. Mm-hmm. I got us all tickets to go see the Harlem Globetrotters. They weren't the same ones that I grew up with. They're different members now, but it was so cool just to hear the music and watch them play. I loved it. So feed that inner child, my friend, and the Rockettes are waiting for you. Maybe you were a Rockette in a past
Nancy
life.
S says, "Thank you. I agree with everything you said. So glad you are confirming what I thought."
I'm glad.
Okay, ready to go to the next one?
Yes.
Carol.
Confirm.
Oh, we already did that. Okay, Chantel. Hello from Montreal. I would like to know if I had a past life around horses. Thank you so much.
I'm looking. So, Chantel, what I do is when someone asks me a past life question, I want you guys to know that when the spirit guides give answers to these types of questions, they usually only answer if it's of relevance to this life. Right? They meaning, is that past life of relevance? Yes, thank you. I got the answer. Thank you. They just said yes, it is. The reason is, well, first of all, I want you to know that we all used horses. It wasn't just native tribes of this country. Everyone was using horses in every culture, every skin color, every ethnic background. Horses were the thing, okay? Of course, yes, it's the teaching about horses that those horses, that the horse energy, the spirit animal of the horse energy for you is about knowing how to stand your ground and yet also how to receive. Because when you work with a horse, you not only have to be standing your ground so you're not a pushover, you also have to be gentle. So, because a horse will push you around if they can. And at the same time, horses are skittish because they're prey animals, right? They don't attack other animals animals attack them. So their field of awareness is always based upon their survival and whether or not they're going to be safe. So the horses are here to teach you that balance, for you to know that you are safe in this world. At the same time, you're also safe to be vulnerable. And that balance is in your whole life. And I hope that you are practicing dance, because dance is also very important, and keeping your low center of gravity, grounding, root chakra work. But the work is not about suffering. The work is about enjoying it. Ecstatic dance, of course. Listen to Oriah's amazing DJ mix.
You guys, look.
Seriously, you have to listen to it.
I'm
so
wearing
good.
my DJ outfit tonight.
Yes.
That's a hot DJ outfit.
That's
cool.
right.
But I feel like you should be wearing this white wolf's fur hood with your whole
that is coming.
Your shaman stuff, right?
Well, I was trying to make that today, but I need more fur.
You can wear a giant hood if you want. It could be super oversized like a runway.
The thing is, I put that fur on and I sat here to test it out, and immediately I went to 108 degrees.
It is cold.
So I couldn't do it. Now it's getting cold. Maybe just change it a little bit. All right.
Confirmation for you real quick.
Yeah.
And more
Kyla's
questions.
got the name Rose,
yes.
And that's her daughter's middle name.
Okay, thank you, Kyla. I was getting
Thank you for that insight with
her
horses.
daughter's middle name. Thank you. Spirit was just letting you know this message is for you, so you really know, Kyla. Okay. And hi to your daughter. Spirit shout out for the name Nadine. Nadine. It's either this person on the other side or it's connected to you. Okay.
I do want to mention, sometimes people talk about the fact that they try to reach out to their loved ones and want them to come visit them in their dreams.
Yes.
And they do not visit, and they don't know why.
Yes.
And I will tell you guys, my secret is forget about it. Your wanting is blocking the signal. You letting go.
Don't you hate that?
I know.
Don't you hate when people tell you have to let go of wanting something for it to happen?
It's just the one thing about the universe and the rules of creation that I need to take it up with the boss, because I don't understand why you have to let go of the things you really want, and then that's when it happens. The only thing I do understand about it is that there is an energy that we hold that's too intense to allow for, like, if you have your fists like this, it's hard to receive.
Which is why they say let go and let God. And
right, because you have to open.
Yeah.
So let the idea go that you're waiting for somebody to visit you in their dreams. And what you do is just put it on the books. They'll get the email. They will visit, but you have to just kind of move on, swipe to the next thing, and ease your mind. Also, make sure you don't watch electronics to the very last second before you fall asleep, even though I sometimes still do that. I try not to, because it messes up your dreams. I've noticed that my dreams are worse when I have electronics right before, a lot of blue light. So put your phone down.
Do you know that you said blue light? You know, the glasses I'm wearing right now are blue blockers.
That's awesome. I love those glasses.
I have almost all my glasses are blue blockers now, and they help me to be on the set with. I mean, I just like how they look because they match my jeans. You know how I am.
Well, I want.
But at the same time, I have to say that when I'm on my phone or the computer and I wear these, I'm way less eye strain, guys. You can get blue blockers on Amazon, like all different price ranges, from cheap to expensive. But get them; they're very good for you.
Holding the stiff position so I don't disturb Rocket.
You can just put Rocket down in that bed over
my
there.
Back, everything's freaking out.
Listen, just take.
No, it's okay because we only got half an hour more. This is Mama's Love. We're gonna. What?
Yes, it is Mama's
Okay,
Love.
so all right.
Nadine is here.
This is a confirmation because you just did her question, Chantal, about the horses.
Chantal about the horses, yes.
Her mother wanted to call her Nadine.
Make sure you're loud.
How funny is that, Chantal? So if you guys didn't hear it, I was giving a message to Chantal about horses, and I gave her the message. And then as I was moving to the next thing, I had to say I needed to talk about who Nadine is. And then it was Chantal. Chantal was supposed to be named Nadine, or wasn't supposed to be named Nadine. Okay, let's bring it down a notch. I feel like talking at this volume right now. Is that all right?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, next one is Aishika. I've been applying for jobs recently. Do you see me landing a job in marketing? I'd be happy with in a job in marketing that I'd be happy with. What do you get on it?
Oh my
by
God,
when?
Aishika, it's been crazy for you as a number one. I want to get. It's been crazy. I know that you've been feeling totally like I got to keep the lights on in this. I got to keep the. And I get it. Okay. Removing yourself. Okay, here's the message from the guides coming through. Removing yourself from the workplace for a bit is actually beneficial for you. Even though you could have taken a hit financially, it was giving you the opportunity to really say to yourself, can I learn how to relax? Can I learn how to be on this couch? And you might say, oh, I'm totally on the couch. I'd love to veg out on the couch. Right, but time flies then. It's really about how you are. I think you needed this break is what the guides are. Yes, you needed this break so that you can stop the days from going too fast or too slow. And this is very important because I have to tell you that you're entering into a period where it is so hot, so fiery, so electric, so dynamic. And your life is going to totally change course in the next 5 years. And take advantage of this time because this is the time for you to chill, because it's like you're going to need a lot of energy and breath for the exciting times coming up. And by the way, this is into next year. Even if you get the job right now, I don't see the full, like you stepping into the next gear until literally October, November of 2025 is where I see this cycle ending. The cycle simply means there's nothing wrong with it. It's perfect. It's divine timing. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. But if I'm talking about that super exciting period that I'm seeing, it is after October, November of 2025. And that's your psychic message brought to you by your friendly neighborhood, Riz the Wiz.
So Jennifer Kilby sent her stylish grandfather a picture, and there he is wearing his buttons.
He is styling.
That's the outfit that you were just mentioning.
No, the buttons was somebody else.
Oh.
But yeah. Wow.
Yeah, he's really stylish. Cool. And then we have Karen sent a picture of her dog who's watching with her. And Kelso.
I love those dogs. That's like an Alaskan Husky, right?
Celso or Kelso. Send the picture again. For some reason, it didn't come through. But what I'm going to do is post the picture of your pets on our community board of who's joining us tonight. Because they want to be a part of it too.
Our spirit animals.
Because they're psychic beings. Okay, so
let's keep going.
Questions. So next one, Don McKay, going through a big transition in life right now and curious if there are any messages or guidance.
Yes, number one, Don, it is about you not feeling alone and knowing that the transitions in your life right now are for you to realize that you can feel, I guess it keeps carrying, don't feel alone. This is a time, Don, and I want you to think about this. Can you host like dinners at your house, Dawn? Can you have people come over and like you cook, even if you cook terribly for them? Maybe you cook, maybe if you're not a good cook, cook something and then order it. But have some friends over where you just want to serve them. This is a good time to break up the whole, I don't know, I do see breaking up for some reason, but this is about you stepping outside of the whole idea I'm in a big transition and go, you know what, I may be in a big transition, but there's some people that I care about that I want to just enjoy good times with. And I want them to come over for dinner, or I'm going to, and if you can't invite people to your house, then do it at somebody else's house. If you can't do that, then do it at a restaurant. Just do it somewhere. Do it in the park. I don't know what it is, but you're not about who you really are, Don, is not about this survivor who's going through stuff. You're the friend. You're the good listener. You're the compassionate one. You are the friendly one. You're the one who's there to lend a helping hand. And so the more that you are true to who you really are, you can keep going through transitions in your life, but the transition that is logistical in your life, well, logistics will always be logistics, but who you are is the soul. We're living life to enjoy it. By the way, Don, the name Jack is coming up. Is Jack connected to you? So that's my message to you, Don.
Okay.
You got this. You got this. You got this.
So I'm going to do one more, then you're going to take a break, and then I'm going to do one of my little empath talks.
Okay.
So the next one is, hi, it's Celso. I just emailed Pico's picture. Here he is. It's his birthday Wednesday. He'll be 5. Any messages for him?
Let me see a picture.
So cute. Yeah, I came through. He's a little white dog with, he's poofy.
I'll see if there's one. Let's go to the next question. Any spirit shout outs?
You know, no, but we did get a message confirmation.
Confirmation.
Different Dawn.
Yeah.
Hey Riz, you gave me a message a couple months ago for my mom.
Yes.
She told me it was time to make the rounds. I've been reconnecting with family and it's been amazing. Thank you for all that you do.
You're so welcome. Thank you for taking the message to heart. And I really thank you for coming back and sharing that with us. You know, as a psychic medium for all these years, got thousands of readings. And when I get an email or a message from someone, even if the reading was a decade ago, I so appreciate it, because this is work that is hard to really describe. Even after so many years of it, you kind of in the wonderment of it all. At least I stay in the wonderment of it all. That's my secret for any youthful energy or youthful physical presence that I have, is that I stay in the wonderment of life. People ask me all the time, what's your skincare routine, or what's your this or that? I mean, I have a skincare routine, but my skincare routine is more internal, which is actually it's both. I stay hydrated physically, but I stay hydrated emotionally. It's just letting things in.
Well, you're very psychic, because you're leading me into what I was about to talk about. And then Maria's very psychic, because she just texted what I've been feeling lost lately. What do I do? Any advice or messages? It was so funny because I was just preparing to talk about that and you just led me right in. So
go for it, honey.
Okay, so this is a technique that you guys can use if you feel lost or you keep hitting the same walls and you cannot figure out what you're supposed to do. On one hand, you can get readings, psychic readings. On the other hand, if you want to try something at home on your own, if you can't get to a psychic or you can't tune in. So here's what works for me. So there's an adage, it's advice and it's wisdom. I've heard from Red Eagle talk about it many times. I've tried it and it works. He says, whatever you do, don't stop moving, which is a great advice for the body in general. But anything is better than standing still. Any move you make is better than not making a move at all. So if you, let's say, have a routine, and if you have a very regular patterned life, and you don't know what to do with yourself, the biggest issue you're having is there's nothing new coming into your system. So there's nothing new coming into your life. Just like if you were to eat the same foods all the time, you don't have a very wide microbiome diversity in your gut, and you need to bring in new information to your intestines so you have a healthy system. So it's important on your inner sphere and your outer sphere. It's important in your life that you bring in new information. So here's some ideas. Let's say you don't know where to work, you don't know where to move, let's just take those two. Those are the big ones for most people. So what you do is you try something like take a class, sign up for a group or a hobby, or go to an event in the general idea of some of the things that you enjoy doing. It doesn't mean that you're going to do those things like for a profession, but here I'll give you an example. Let's say there's an art show, an art opening, a gallery opening, and you haven't been to one, or you haven't gone in a long time, and you're like, well, I do like art and I maybe have dabbled in it. So you go, you don't know anybody, but you go. And while you're there, it's not even about art. It turns out it could be a painting that sparks something deep inside of you that reminds you of something that has nothing to do with art, but that's something to get you going on your path. So it's basically like you're opening up, like it's like a book of codes that you haven't checked into yet in your life. So like you've been operating from one set of codes. So you're kind of changing the chapter or changing the page, or you're getting a new book and you're looking at a whole new set of codes of what's possible in your life. So to do that, you have to bring new information in. You have to bring something new in. So the best way to do it is to, I like to think of it like you're throwing dice on the table. You just kind of choose anything. It could be say yes to an invitation you normally wouldn't say yes to, because at that place, wherever you go, you could meet somebody who offers you something that is the thing you've been waiting for. If you stay stagnant, if you stay still, if you keep repeating the same situations, you're going to keep getting the same outcomes. And that's why people feel lost, because it starts to get, they call it the doldrums, right? So you start to feel this sense of melancholy, nothing new, nothing exciting. Whenever I feel that way, and I have a pretty exciting life, but whenever I get into that feeling of repetitiveness, I get crazy. I mean, everybody knows here that I have no chill in this area. As soon as I start to feel that something's too repetitive, this dog is one example also for me to do that, because my life is so structured and so down to the wire. And so this dog helped break that pattern up for me. Just because you lose an animal doesn't mean you have to stand back and wait and suffer and be sad and wait for years. You can just go ahead and get another dog or another cat or a puppy, and that will really change things up for you. This dog has already helped me so much. So there's that. Also, like, as far as, this is the last thing, as far as moving. So you don't know where to move, what city. What we do, and this has worked every time, is we just go to that city that we want to go to or we're curious about, and we check it out. We walk around, we have lunch, we have coffee, we have tea. We see if we like the environment, the air, the mountains, or whatever that environment brings us. Sometimes we don't like it, and sometimes we do like it. So if you don't really know, sometimes just to go visit and see how it resonates with you. Never get stuck, and this is my final thing, never get stuck with the idea that you're stuck. Never get stuck with the idea that you're stuck.
If you keep saying that you're stuck, you are reconfirming this.
That's called a faux pas, right?
Well,
I think so.
Yeah.
It's something that's so repetitive that you keep repeating, so it stays in that loop. And this is with anything and everything. It's not just, you can do it into the microcosm, you can do it to the macrocosm.
It's like if you say that you're, if you're sick, Red Eagle has always said, if you're sick, yes, you can acknowledge that you need time to rest, but stop saying every single day, I'm sick, I'm sick, I'm sick. Say, I'm healing. He goes, because that's actually a bigger truth. He said all of
I'm recalibrating.
All of your faculties in your body are working to heal you. So you are in the process of healing, right, when you're saying you're sick.
Because you want your mind, you're feeding your mind, you're giving your mind information what to do. So you have to constantly tell your mind, no, I'm not stuck. No, I'm not sick. I'm healing, which is a forward motion. No, I'm not stuck. What I'm doing is I'm gathering new information. I need to dig. Sometimes, Riz and I are very creative people, and there's times we're like, wow, we've really done a lot of things, and we couldn't find anything in that moment that's really hitting it for us. So sometimes we just go take a drive, or we'll go somewhere to an event, or we'll just take a walk in a neighborhood we haven't been in a long time, go into a store, and something happens in that store where there's like an item that we see that we're like, oh my God, this thing. And then it leads to something else, something else, something else. And before you know it, we embark in this new project. And so that's how you keep spontaneity, and that's how you keep everything fresh, and you have fresh water coming in at all times.
Well, I find
keep that circulation going.
The idea that, I was noticing recently, and this is a common thing that, people at night when they're searching for stuff to watch, you're going into Amazon or Netflix and you're going through all of these different thumbnails of the shows and the previews, and more than likely you're not going to watch anything, and by the time you pick something, you're going to fall asleep in the first 15 minutes. That happens to everyone. It's like this cultural phenomenon that's been happening for years. Can't find anything to watch. Finally find something after an hour. I'm on my phone half the time watching it, and then I'm asleep.
Right.
Okay. But can we look into that just for a moment? For spiritually, we're feeling around, right? And we can't find anything to watch. Now, have you noticed sometimes you pick something that you're like, let me just watch this, and it ends up being great, and it's not something you would usually watch. Maybe you're not into drama or comedy or fantasy or period pieces, but then you just try it. What I sometimes do is I'll watch something in a foreign language just so my ears hear something different sounds. And I'm looking at different faces. I'm looking at a different aesthetic, something that just changes it up. We are so routine-based, guys. You have to break up the routine. This, by the way, I'm going to lean forward for a dramatic effect and take my sunglasses off. This, by the way, is very important for psychic development. For psychic development, you have to understand that you have to be in an open field of awareness that is not projecting anything, that is not projecting on anything onto the person I'm giving a message to. It has to be that I'm open for any information to come in. So and you guys watch me on this show, I say some of the most strangest specific things. Why? Because I have to be open. It's not going to be what I'm thinking it is. Okay? A lot of times you're projecting things when you're getting a psychic message, and you can't be in that. You have to be in the receptor. So that's why when it comes to little exercises that I do with myself, like little private exercises, I'm just walking down the street. I go, what if I just turn right here, right now? What if I just go into the store? Do I need anything from the store? No. Do I like this store? No. I'm just going to go in. I stay flexible, and that my spirit guides are always going to place me. They're going to meet me where I'm at. They're going to join me in my adventure. So create your adventure, guys, day to day. Don't be so calculated. The only thing that you need to surrender to is adventure, discovery, curiosity, and the magic. And you will find yourself strengthening that reality for yourself, and you will live a much more psychic life. That means more connected. All right. Love what you said, honey. That was awesome.
Yes.
We have time for a few more questions.
Yes, we
Are
do.
there any spirit shout-out answers or confirmations you want to share with me?
No, not
Okay.
yet.
I have one or two spirit shout-outs. I'm going to do one or two, and you never know if they show up or they don't show up. There's somebody's parent here who is showing me that when you were a kid, they were putting on like a bulletin board, like if you behaved, they were putting little gold stars. It was as a parent, and they would put the names of the kids, and they were like put little gold stars next to the name if like you were washing the dishes, or then you didn't wash the dishes today. Let me know if that was you. Okay. Also,
Okay.
Somebody drank sour milk and had super bad, like they threw up. It was like, I mean, I guess you could call it food poisoning, but I need to bring up that incident with you. Okay.
Okay. Tiffany Sanchez. I have been patiently waiting for a message from a loved one who's passed about 6 months ago. His name is Michael Salazar.
Thank you. This person loves you is the first thing I want to say. And I don't know if they communicated this properly and whether they were able to wherever this pain or this, I don't know if it's bitterness, Tiffany, I don't know what the feeling is. It just doesn't feel exactly smooth to me. What do I mean by that? Well, I mean, if I have a relative who has cancer and they're going to pass away, I understand it already that it's coming. And so I would call that more smooth. This doesn't feel like that to me. This feels interrupted in some way. I feel very heavenly and angelic energies embraced Michael when he crossed over and held him very tight. Do you carry something in your purse or on your person from him, connected to him? Also, there's some connection to cameras and photography. Do you have his cameras, or was that part of your connection with him? I don't mean cameras like the cell phone camera. I mean a real camera. Also, there's the visuals that I'm getting of I want to say the Arizona, New Mexico area. If that's connected to you, I'd love to know. Also, Texas is coming up, so please let me know about that. But my guides are giving me the message that he has been held in grace on the other side and has been and stabilized emotionally, because it was quite an emotional journey before he left. Okay.
The next question.
And October is the one he passed? Because
months ago.
They just said October for me. I don't know what that refers to. It might be when he passed him. Also might be a birthday connection here. Okay.
So the next question is a two-part question.
Yeah.
The first one I'm going to give to you. The second one I'd like to take, mine's really short. Sin H. How do we know what place to move to next?
Sin H?
Yeah.
S-I-N letter H?
Correct.
Okay.
And then second question, does spirit guide us to make those decisions? I just want to answer the second part. So yes, it's co-created with your higher self. Your spirit guides, your spirit team, and your higher self will make these decisions where to send you. Now, keep in mind, I want to let you guys know, sometimes you are sent to a place that might be challenging or trying. And in that new place, you can also have the biggest breakthroughs, the biggest deaths, spiritual deaths of your life. So you're not ever going to the grass is greener on the other side, although it is technically at the end of the day, but it may not look that way at first. So let's say Riz starts to get an idea of, or a psychic hit of like where his guides have in mind for you and some places you may go. And you might get a fixer-upper house. There might be a flooding. It could be like that's where you get really sick. Something happens and you're like, oh my God, this place sucks. But in that, there's a huge surrender for you. And in that, these are situations that come into your life to help, kind of like squeezing toothpaste out of a toothpaste, you squeezing the toothpaste out. That's kind of like the same idea as it's like spirit is putting you in situations. The more sensitive you are, the less your situation has to be so serious. So may we all learn from happy things, good things. May we all be more sensitive so we don't have to learn the hard way.
That's a very great prayer. I always tell people, they say, what should I pray for? I say, pray for your lessons to be pleasant. That's all. And that you will become more sensitive. You promise to be more sensitive, to discover the message through pleasant experiences rather than things hitting you over the head and trauma.
So what, for Sin H, do you have any idea of, are you getting anything?
Question?
How do we know what place to move to next?
Okay. How do we know what place to move to next? Here's a simple exercise I do when I have a choice of more than one thing. I look at the three choices. I narrow it down to three. I don't go to 4 or 5. Just narrow something down to 3 choices. Now, one of the intentions that you can set is you don't have to say what is for my highest good. Whatever's going to happen is for your highest good anyway. People always say whatever's for my highest good. That's already a given. Everything's for your highest good. People go, is my death for my highest good? Yeah, your death is also for your highest good. When I cross over, I know it's going to be for my highest good as a soul. Okay, So listen to where, imagine there were 3 bodies and you had to know which one should you revive. You would go with listen for the breath, listen for the heartbeat, check for a pulse, right? Whatever has a heartbeat, listen to that, Sin H. Listen for the heartbeat. Even if it's faint, you could make that bigger. What if it's the place that you go, I kind of like it. Okay, how do you make that better? Go there. Have a great lunch date there. Go to the park. Go there and buy a t-shirt. Have a coffee. Enjoy. Like, let yourself connect with the happy vibration. Remember something. Your power is in your peak vibrational frequency. And your peak vibrational frequency is the word yes. Now, when you have more yeses than instead of the word no's. So, city number 1 has 3 yeses, and this has 5 yeses, and this has 10 yeses. Now, you might say, this has 10 yeses. Follow me on this one. Listen carefully. This one has 10 yeses. That's true, Riz. But it also has 9 no's. See, you're going to call them pros and cons. I call them yeses and no's. I think that it's like a positive to say yes. So you're going to be looking at all of that without any judgment and go, well, which seems like it's going to be the most fun. See, if you buy something that's going to be more expensive, it's going to cost you more to live there, then you have to step into the vibration of the costing more. Meaning, if you're going to spend more money on a car that's a little bit out of your budget, but it's a cooler car, right? It's a little bit more high end. If you let the high end vibration of that car inform your aura, then the rest of you becomes more high end, and then you start to become a magnet for more abundance. That's what happens. You don't get the more expensive thing and then like driving around sheepishly like, oh God, I just hope that I can afford to have this car. And you're not pretending. You are accepting abundance more into your life. It's same thing with the body. Imagine there are people who lose weight or build muscle that after they've lost the weight, they still are insecure. Or after they built the muscle, they're still insecure. The whole point is that the outside begins to reflect upon the inside, and synergistically, they are both expanding and growing together. So that's how you might have to listen to this a few times and rewind it.
We are so in tune, and you are so psychic tonight.
You knocked me over.
Here's what I was going to say. Those of you who are watching tonight and you're getting sleepy, even though it's like different hours around the world, but if you get sleepy while watching us, there's a reason. And you should rewatch our videos. You should rewatch our lives because there's something happening. What's happening is there's this deep reset happening as you're listening to language that's called light language of healing, language of love.
Yeah.
What happens is it's very soothing and it's very calming to the nervous system. And then also what's happening is you're giving yourself a healing while you're getting a healing from your guides because you're calm, you're listening, and you're open. And this is how healing works.
Yeah.
So if you get sleepy while you're talking to us or you just play and you fall asleep to us, that's what's happening. And I can't tell you how many times you've channeled and I am struggling to stay awake.
Because see, the words are coded. There's frequencies and the spirit guides are coding. There's messages that are between the words. Erica, any confirmations, anything you want to say?
Yes, Tiffany Sanchez said Michael's death was unexpected.
Thank you.
Very shocking for our son.
Yes.
He passed in November and birthday in January.
Birthday in January. Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry that it was unexpected, but yeah, this is something that we as human beings, we live with this, the unexpected, awful feelings when someone crosses over. But we use it as a path in our life to live better lives, right? To love more, to appreciate more, to connect more. We can't shut down. You shut down initially, you can shut down, but you can't stay shut down, guys. But that being said,
consider tonight a healing night for all of you guys. And I hope that you allow it to work on you for the rest of the night and rest of the day. And you allow all these codes to penetrate into your cells, say positive things to yourself. Know there's always more. Know that there's always a place to come to. And if you have any questions, you want to reach out to us, you want to come to any of our retreats, want to do any of our shamanic private journeys, like in Virginia.
I want to say something to you guys. Speaking of which, and we're going to just end the show. I hope you enjoyed all the readings and everything. And I want to share with you something exciting things that we're doing this year. And I just announced this on my Instagram, is we are providing a weekend shamanic healing experience in your city, in your state, yes, in your own house. We come there. And this is when you get a group together who want to experience what we do, from the channeling to the shamanic healing work. We do this, and we're often out of town, which is why sometimes we're not here on Sundays. And across all of the continental U.S., okay, so the 48 states that are here, and including Canada, we also go there. So if you would like us to come and be part of that with your own group, you drop a message here to Erica that you're interested, or just go to info@rizmirza.com and drop us a little note. All you have to say is, I'm interested in the shamanic weekend, and Erica will get in touch with you. It's incredible. People have done it for their coworkers. People have done it for their family members. People have just done it with their group friends, or sometimes even their extended families, and it brings everybody together. Not everybody can come out and coordinate 10 people coming out to LA, and so we decided, well, let's take it to them, and that's what we've been doing. It's incredible. If you want to see pictures, go to my Instagram, Psychic Riz the Wiz, and scroll through. You'll see what it's like. And we do have space left for 2 retreats this year. One is the UFO Alien Contact Retreat in the deserts of Joshua Tree, California. You've heard of Joshua Tree. This is your opportunity to come with us. Sound baths, alien channeling, psychic workshop, amazing organic meals, sound healing, sacred medicine journeying. It's going to be an incredible weekend. This is in the first weekend of October. So if you want to join that, type us a note. And if you're listening to it right now and you're listening on the live, you get a little discount. And so act on that. It's only for the people who are watching the live that you get that discount. And then we have Egypt in December, which is the first week of Egypt, first week of December 2nd through the 9th. And then we have the India Wellness Retreat, which is on the beach in South India in a most beautiful place called Goa, where you will be part of yoga and meditation in this incredible sacred land of my ancestors and my family, India, so beloved to me. And I'll be your personal guide over there. And you're staying in this beautiful oceanside resort, being part of the Ayurvedic healing method. All these things will be available to you. And of course, the amazing South Indian Goan food, which is fantastic, guys. So let us know if you want to join us. That being said, always a blessing and an honor to be with you.
Don't close out yet. I just want to say one last thing. Do you guys notice that the group chats are, everyone on the group chats since October, since we've started, it is so safe, so gentle, so clean. It's such a safe place. It's so sacred. It's what you guys are bringing to it. It's what we're saying. It's the vibration we're all holding. Do you notice that it's not like crazy chat rooms that I've seen other people where all kinds of crazy wild energies coming in? It's very contained. It's very clean. It's very organized internally. It's because you guys are bringing that to the table.
Yeah.
And we're just providing the space for you guys. So we just want to thank you for joining us. We love you guys. We can't wait to come back, and we'll see you next week. And we have more goodies.
Have a great, peaceful week, guys. You got this.
All right. See you guys.